There are a large number of buyers and sellers within a marketplace for every good or service available. Naturally, this creates competition within the market as all firms look to maximize profits and take the largest share of the market. The four types of competitive market structures include perfect competition, monopolistic competition, monopoly market structure, and oligopoly. Certain competitive markets can lead to firms using price discrimination. Price discrimination is a pricing strategy that charges customers different prices for the same product or service. The seller places customers in groups based on certain attributes and charges each group a different price. In a perfectly competitive market, firms have no market power to discriminate by price. Firms are price takers, meaning that a firm cannot significantly affect the market price for its outputs or the price it purchases its inputs. Therefore, they face a demand curve horizontal at market price and have no power over price. On the other hand, a monopoly can price discriminate as they have complete control of the market. A monopoly's demand curve is the market demand curve, which is downward sloping, meaning it can raise prices. The airline industry may be considered an oligopoly, as it is in a market controlled by a small group of firms with tough barriers of entry. Much of this has to do with government regulations and high fixed costs that deter other firms from entering the market. Only a few large firms operate in the U.S., thus, the addition or loss of one firm could greatly alter the dispersion in price. Since the airline industry is an oligopoly and is able to price discriminate, they do so in order to maximize profits and make use of price elasticities of demand. If a person has a very inelastic demand, then they are willing to pay a high price for an airline ticket. Therefore, the firm will set higher prices to increase revenue and profit. A study done on airline tickets shows a difference as much as 36% between two randomly selected tickets on a flight. As mentioned earlier, in the competitive market, the seller places customers in groups based on certain attributes and charges each group a different price. In the airline industry, one of the groups that determine price discrimination is when the ticket is purchased. Often, the earlier a ticket is purchased, the cheaper the ticket is. As more tickets are sold, demand for the tickets increase, price also increases. This means the airline can capture as much consumer surplus as possible as they take advantage of those with higher elasticities of demand. The time of the flight affects price discrimination, as flights very early in the morning and in the middle of the week are often much cheaper as the demand is lower. Ultimately, the airlines take advantage of what their consumers are willing to pay for a ticket. If a buyer is smart, they may benefit from price discrimination, but the airlines always benefit. The conclusion I have made is that even with more competition in the airline industry, price discrimination will continue to occur as too many people flying have inelastic demands. For many, airline travel is a necessity, and since the industry will never come close to a perfectly competitive market, the airline industry will continue to price discriminate and increase profit.